It really is time to sell CBC. I'm Brian Lilley with TheRebel.media. Watching the national state broadcaster over the last few days is, well, it's reminded me of an old song, Love Machine by The Miracles.
I'm just a love machine, and I won't work for nobody but you. I'm just a love machine, a hug and kiss and feed.
CBC really is the love machine of the new government, no doubt about it. They are so in bed with Justin Trudeau and the Liberals that it's disturbing. You know, looking at the media coverage of Justin Trudeau swearing in general, it was pretty nauseating. I get it. There's a new government, a new prime minister, a new cabinet, and each person holding office in that cabinet deserves the respect that goes with their office. And they'll get that from me over the next 4 years, even if many in the last government, in the last cabinet, were giving anything but respect over the last 9 years. Still, the fawning over Trudeau and his team was at times too much to bear. Well, if the broadcast left your stomach turning, the post-broadcast coverage was even worse. CBC not only put up posts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram asking for people to send in selfies with Trudeau, they not only sent those posts out, they were sponsored posts, meaning that CBC was paying to send out the call for selfies with Trudeau. Look at some of these. I love how Trudeau has the same doe-eyed, all-teeth smile in every single post. I get this. Now, people ask me for photos with them all the time. I even had civil servants, fans of the Rebel, asking me for their picture to be taken with me at Trudeau swearing in. I don't have the look, the same smile in every pose, the one perfected that Trudeau does. But let me ask you, doesn't it seem a little weird for CBC to be putting this call out for people to send in their selfies? It's like they're saying, hey, send us your photos. We'll do a collage, maybe some crafts with Sophie. It's all going to be so great. Oh, they would never have done this with Stephen Harper. I've followed both men for years. If Stephen Harper walked into a crowd like that, people wanted their picture taken with him. But CBC didn't ask people to send in those photos. Of course, if they were conservative voters, they likely weren't CBC fans because CBC is really now the official broadcaster of the Liberal Party of Canada. Something they proved by having Peter Mansbridge gain access to behind-the-scenes look at Trudeau's first day, the day he was sworn in as Prime Minister. Think about that. CBC is the third-place network in a three-horse race. They've placed behind CTV in first and Global in second for more than a decade. Yet when Trudeau decided which news anchor would have unfettered access to his big day, it was CBC's Peter Mansbridge. Could it be that the promise of $150 million in annual new funding had something to do with this? I think it does. Trudeau has bought off CBC. He's made them the official broadcaster of the Liberal Party, and they're responding in kind with coverage that no other Prime Minister would get. Stephen Harper would never have been offered this if he had won. Tom Mulcair of the NDP, he never would have received this kind of coverage. You know, the private broadcasters can do what they like. They don't take more than $1 billion in taxpayers' money, even before Trudeau's big funding bump. Now, when it counted, CBC embarrassed itself and Canadians. It needs to be sold off from the government into private hands so it can't be bought off like this in the future. If you agree with this, then please go to SellTheCBC.ca and sign our petition. We will be presenting this, along with evidence why it needs to be done, to Parliament when it resumes. I don't know about you, but I can't trust a word that the state broadcaster says any longer.